Today I'm not going to discuss anything about 3D or graphics or VFX things. Actually, we are in trouble. So the corona or the COVID-19 is spreading rapidly in an uncontrolled manner. Actually, in India, it's a lockdown period. It started today for 21 days. Everyone should be stayed in home. So it's very difficult situation, and the government and the scientists, the health practitioners, everyone is working hard to control this disease. And you can do by staying in your home and supporting the government action to stop this disease. So you can stay at your home and follow the instruction given by the government. Actually, I am not going to repeat all the things the government or the news or which are shown in the YouTube videos. I am actually showing how we can fight against the coronavirus as an artist or a person who own a computer. So it's a very simple process and it's actually genuine. You can check that. And that one, actually I am doing that. This one you can see, this is a folding at home program. I'm running. It's a community driven program. So actually the scientists are utilizing your computer for synthesizing or the decoding the protein structure of the virus or any disease causing protein structure. They will do some simulation in your computer. You can adjust that. I will discuss that. So actually I am doing that, so you can contribute to that. There is nothing to worry. You can check that also. So this is their site, foldingathome.org. I will put that link in the description. You can see they need 1 million computer or the volunteers to do this unfolding, so they can help different situations. So they have a lot of diseases or some kind of protein related diseases they are synthesizing in with this project. So there is one thing called COVID-19, the disease, and they actually created some programs to unfold the actual COVID-19 viral protein. So what it seems, how we can fight against that, you can see what they use is that this software allow you to share your unused computer to power with us, so they can research more potential cause. And this is a project focused on disease research. The problem we are solving requires so many computer calculation, and we need your help to find the cause. So you can see how this folding go. So what they do, these guys do, is they study the property. They make the synthesis of the protein structure of the virus. They make 3D all the studies of chemical and mechanical study. So how the mechanism works, how the protein structure folds, and how the protein forms. They make all this in database, and they will simulate in the computer, and they will find the weak point, and they can, once they find the weakest point or the bonding area, they can create or they can synthesize the medicine. Actually that is very important, but in order to do that they need a lot of computer. They don't have maybe millions of computers arranged, supercomputers arranged in a row, and they need to maybe 1, 2, 3 weeks they have to run all the software. If you are 3D artist, you know how to render something complex. You need to, in a computer, single computer and in a server, you know how these things work. So it needs a lot of computing power. So in a single computer, this unfolding, this kind of simulation need maybe years to finish. If you contribute maybe even 1 million or even 10,000 computer, they can reduce the time to days, not years. So this is how they work. So you can see there are a lot of diseases what they contribute to that. You can see Ebola. Actually, they find some interesting information with the Ebola virus by doing the same thing. So just remember that this coronavirus is actually they studied actual structure, but they need to be to synthesize the actual structural form, how they change, how the viral protein change, and how the folding and unfolding also. They have to study all these things. So there is some simple information. So you have to break this chain in order to kill this virus. So that is why this project is very important. So once they find any kind of weakest bonds in this area, so they can break that chain. So otherwise it won't break. Whatever you do, whatever you chemical apply, it won't penetrate into this area. So they have to actually do a lot of research, a lot of calculations. There is two ways you can contribute to this project. If you have a computer, you can download this down folding at home and run this program for some time, maybe hours, maybe days, depending upon you, and it will take the computer resource and it will calculate. It may not be the COVID related program, COVID related unfolding assigned for you. You can select that. I can see my program is actually using another project, because you can select this if you want any particular disease. Actually they didn't put any COVID here, but it's actually they may be randomly assigning. So you can see in my project it is a myosin related, it's a muscular protein. So it will help how the protein structure unfold and all these things. So maybe they can create some information about this. So, and also it has, this program has you have to download and run. It will run in your web browser, and you can see there is how much assigned is. You can also already create a username and everything, but that is not necessary. If you create username, your point will be saved and that will be shown in the database. But I don't like that. I don't want to be shown in the database. So you can be anonymous. You can add team members, so that point will be added to you. And you can see there is a power option. You can select if you want to fully contribute your system, so you can select that to full, or maybe you can use the usage to light or medium, depending on which work you are doing or how much powerful your computer is. So I'm having a Ryzen 5 6 core 12 thread processor. So I'm giving this full and running it in 100% CPU is not much an issue, because I can work, I can watch movies or all things, so it's not a big problem. If I do a 3D work or rendering, I can reduce this priority, or you can choose when I am sitting at this computer is sitting in idle, or you can completely stop the folding. And remember, closing this web browser won't stop folding, so you have to choose this folding, stop folding from here, and it will actually show how much time it need to do this task. And that is it. So you can actually contribute, download this and allow this program to run in your system. Or if you are maybe, I don't know, maybe if you want to run this program in your laptop, or maybe you don't want to share, maybe you think it will steal your personal information, don't worry, they won't actually take anything from your computer, just this simple process. But still, if you worry, you can make an isolation from within your firewall or computer, the antivirus program. There will be some option, even the Commodore firewall has this option. You can isolate this process so it cannot access any personal folder or any folder from your computer. it will just use the RAM. It will run in the RAM, and it will use the processor and the graphics card only. So you can do that if you really worry about your personal files. So thank you for watching this video, and keep fighting against this deadly disease.